Hey guys, welcome to London Lives YouTube channel. Welcome if you're new and welcome if you're not. So Queenie is sick. Queenie's sick. She's lying on the bed. She's apparently weed herself. She's been vomiting. She's in a bad way. Now, a lot of people out here think Queenie is faking this sickness because her fans have turned on her. Queenie's fans have had enough. They've had enough of her cursing them out every time she gets back with Dowey. They've had enough of this joke of a relationship she's in, and her fans were over her. So some people think this is fake acting to get sympathy. But when I was watching the video, I thought, this woman, for real, I don't think she's faking. I think this woman is in a bad way. And she's in a bad way because she is sickly in love. She's obsessed with Dowey, and she's obsessed with a man who couldn't give a goddamn about her. He is an opportunist. Dowey's here to get what he can get from the Queen, whether it's her house, whether it's her money, whether it's just fame. He's a big time clout chaser. And how has he got her in this position? He's give her, a ring and a dick. And do you know what's so funny? She's so grateful for a ring. A ring that he only gave her because he wants paperwork. Dowey would never, okay, and I don't even know that man personally. I can tell you right now, Dowey would never put a ring on her finger if there was nothing to gain from it. If he wasn't going to get paperwork, get money, or get property, that could never be his wife. If Dowey was the one with the fame and the money, and he had met Queenie at another time in her life, and he had met her, he would never have married Queenie. So Queenie is there because she can do something for him. But honestly, a woman like Queenie doesn't care. That was the whole plan. She wanted a young man. She wanted an attractive man, somebody who's out of her league, and she was willing to do whatever it takes to have a young man. She doesn't care if Dewey's using her for money. She doesn't care if Dewey wants a house. She doesn't care if that man wants the paperwork. But the problem she's having is it's not really holding him. See, women who give out the papers, people think, oh, he's done such a good job pretending he's in love, and this woman really believes he's in love and she's giving him the papers. Nope. Nope. Most of the time, when a woman gives a man the paperwork, she knows he wants to get papers, and she doesn't mind giving it to him. What these women don't like is when they give the man the papers and he's not conforming with them. He's not being faithful to them. He's not sticking in the relationship. Some of them don't even care if he's stepping out as long as he's staying with them. But the problem you have, a lot of women have, is when they give out the paperwork, a lot of these men still refuse to stay around. And this is a case with Queenie. Dewey doesn't want to be with her. He's not willing to suffer forever just to get the paperwork. He's secured the papers, and now he wants to move on to bigger and probably what he thinks is better things. There's nothing Dewey does that Queenie won't take. This woman is handing her man condoms to have sex with other women where she is present and turning a blind eye and pretending she is sleeping. This is absolutely an extreme form of desperation. This man's impregnated 9 women in the UK. 2 women in Canada, and obviously he has a child with his baby mother, which he had before. Queenie doesn't mind because Queenie is absolutely desperate. Now, Queenie's sick. There's a couple of things that could have caused her sickness. There's a possibility that Dewey just poisoned her, because he was in Jamaica with her, and not too long after that, this woman is suffering extreme sickness. We've seen this from men before who have been gold digging, and women have done this as well to their partners. They've just poisoned them, killed them off, boom, the property's theirs. Everything that person owns is now in their name. So there's a possibility he just decided to just take the Queen out of the game. Another possibility is she's just heartbroken because she knows she's losing all her fans. She's meant to be, this woman we look up to, woman empowerment. No one finds her powerful at all. Everyone is looking at her as she's an example of everything we do not want women to be. We don't want to be doormats. No one wants to be weak. No one wants to have a man using them. So she's either upset because she's losing her career. She's upset because her man has possibly gone to America because Dewey's flew out. She's probably upset because she knows he definitely is not going to come back to her at all. He probably just took some of her money and went about his goddamn business. Or as I said, he possibly could have poisoned her. I was watching Queenie the other day, and I started to think, is Queenie not getting sympathy because she is, a black Jamaican woman? Because I see, all these, big platforms willing to interview Dewey. And they interview Dewey, And they talk to him as though he's not a man who has been putting hands on his wife, and let's be honest, on quite an elderly wife as well. So he's been putting hands on her. He's actually permanently damaged her. He has knocked chunks of flesh out of this woman's face to the degree that she could do with cosmetic surgery. And they're interviewing this man like he is like a decent guy. They're even willing to interview them two as a couple. Now, if she was a white woman, would they really be interviewing some man who's been beating her up? They'd be looking at her like, wow, this woman is a real victim. He could never get on the TV. He could never still be famous. You know, he would be, you know, slated, dissed out. But because Queenie is a black woman, I feel like because she's a black Jamaican woman, nobody kind of sees exactly what Dewey's possibly done to her. Is it just a case of she is a victim of domestic violence? Maybe she is actually scared of Dewey because he's a nasty, nasty guy. I seen her friend and I thought, what type of a friend is this? She was saying, I knew Dewey would come back to you. And Queen was saying, yeah, you did tell me Dewey loved me. And I thought, what type of a friend is this? Because this woman knows Dewey does not love that woman. And your real friends will tell you the real truth. He's not in love. He's an advantage taker. He's domestically beating you up. Like, there's no friend out here who should be, you know, recommending Dewey to and making you feel like you should go back to him and justifying you being in a relationship with him. Sometimes you've got to look at the company you actually are keeping. Maybe the Queen should look at her circle, because there's no people who really give a F about you who would tell you to take a man like that back. Dewey, he's not husband material, he's not baby father material, he's not stepfather material, he's not step-grandfather material. He is material for absolutely nothing. He's the type of man that somebody brings home to their parents and they're so upset that their child has picked him. At this point, Queenie needs to spend some of her money on getting professional help, not on Dewey. She needs to seek psychological help, maybe from some sort of a counselling service. It's time for her to see the professionals before she ends up one of these women who is killed by her husband because he wanted her money. Because that man, he doesn't care about her. When she's old and she needs, you know, caring services, he most definitely is not going to do it. He's going to be long gone under some next woman. She needs to really start thinking about, you know, just leaving this man permanently. So that's all I can say. She needs to seek help. Women die every day at the hands of, you know, domestic violence. And right now, you know, Queenie's heading in that direction, you know. Whether she's a victim or whether she's just stupid, you know, either way, Dewey's just gotta go. She's setting, you know, a bad example to other women who are looking up to her. And right now, I really hope no one's looking up to her, because her situation she's in is actually a terrible one. Sometimes when some people just want a young man, it's crazy what they do just to have a young man. Like, no, absolutely not. She needs to find a man in her own age bracket, somebody who's going to stick with her, somebody who's actually likes her and doesn't want to just gain from her. I seen that man, he was like, I think he was drunk on the video and he was dancing up and she was excited like a teenager, just excited, you know. There's young girls that don't even get excited over a man. The way she was excited, and I thought, raw, this woman, you know, she's obsessed with him and she definitely needs help. There's something else going on there. It's probably something to do with her background, her childhood, her previous relationship. Something's going on to make the Queen just behave like this. Anyway, guys, I gotta go. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in another one.
Me not argue with no boy will never feel my pussy yet. Bro, when I saw you in real life, you're like the size of my 7-year-old. You're just tall.